Hello ladies and gents, and welcome to the new series that's here on the channel of me doing a playthrough of Thief Gold, the levels on Expert as best as I can. If it gets really hard, maybe I'll have to drop down the difficulty, but I am trying to do all the levels on the Expert difficulty. Now, I have started this series already. I actually have done episode 2 before this episode, but I decided I would go back and do the training level as well, because the training level has story beats in it that are pretty important to just watch. So I'm going to start a new game here, Expert, and I'm going to do the training. So we're going to watch the training cutscene together, and then I will continue playing. The Keepers. The essence of balance is detachment. To embrace a cause, to grow fond or spiteful, is to lose one's balance. After which, no action can be trusted. Our burden is not for the dependent of spirit. Mayar, third keeper.
I was a kid. No parents, no home. Running messages and picking pockets to keep my ribs from meeting my spine. One night I saw a man. Folks just passed him by like he wasn't there. I thought he must have something valuable, so I snuck up on him and made a grab.
That's not for you.
Please, sir, I'm hungry. Don't tell the Hammers, I promise.
What is your name, boy?
Garret.
You have talent, lad.
Let go of me, old man!
To see a keeper is not an easy thing, especially one who does not wish to be seen. We have a need for those as gifted as yourself. If you've grown tired of how you live, then follow me, and we will show you a different way.
Leave me alone!
As you wish.
I caught up with him just before he vanished into the crowd. It was the beginning of a very long education.
So, a keeper's training, difficulty expert. That's important, right? I know it's a training mission, but it's important because there is one or two little Easter egg things that I know of in this particular mission, and I'm going to try to show them to you here anyway, and it requires that you play it on expert. So follow the directions of your instructor in order to pass the training tests. So continue straight into the mission as quick as possible.
Welcome, young Garret. In the nearby rooms, I will instruct you in the various skills you will need to survive.
Okay.
Please stay in the entrance area to each room while I explain the room's purpose. When you are ready to begin your lessons, proceed down this hallway to the first room.
The Keepers. The lore in Thief is amazing. I've always been a big fan of it.
You must learn how to move unseen. Stay in the shadows. Avoid the light. The indicator on your screen will tell you how visible you are. Try to reach the top of the platform without being seen.
It's really quite interesting, the engine, how it does light and dark situations. Obviously, I'm going to be staying in, basically, these dark areas while I move throughout this room towards that keeper over there. What's also interesting is that Stephen Russell, the voice actor who voices Garret, actually voices quite a lot of the main games, like NPCs, and he actually does voice these characters here who are giving me the instructions. Interestingly enough. You'll probably hear it very easily now.
Well done. I did not see you approach.
Open this door to continue. When the door is near the center of your screen, it will light up, indicating that it is selected. To manipulate selected doors and other objects, use them.
Very good.
Proceed down this corridor for your next test.
I always wondered, were they trying to say that these are windows and that's like the night sky outside? Because if that's the case, it's just like really badly done. Obviously the game is from 98, so like that's fair enough, but I think it's just a design thing. I don't actually think that's supposed to be the night sky outside.
Now you must learn to move quietly. Some surfaces are louder than others when walked upon. and moving quickly makes more noise than moving slowly.
Yes, it does.
Listen to your own footsteps to hear how much noise you are making. The instructor will have his back turned. You must get to the top of the platform without being heard.
So this is another interesting engine thing that they put into the game. Gameplay stuff, I suppose. That obviously I can't walk on these steel platforms, as you'll find out if I walk now.
I could hear that.
They
Try
make
again.
a lot of
Remember,
make a lot of noise,
walk
so
on
they
quiet
just
surfaces
put me back
and move
here.
slowly.
So this is carpet. I can more or less run on carpet. But things like marble, steel, and I think gravel as well is quite loud, so I can't really run on those.
Very good. I did not hear you traverse the room.
Traverse, great word.
Beyond this door is a hallway that will lead you to your next task.
Okay. Good to know, my friend. So the Easter egg is quite interesting. I remember actually finding out about it as a kid on my
Now get your
own
weapons. To pick
without
up
any help.
objects, select them by centering them on screen until they light up. Then use them. Choose your weapon now. Try readying your sword and then your bow. You can always put them away again if you need your hands free. Now let's go out to the courtyard for some target practice.
Now, I believe I can actually climb up there on that balcony.
Ready
I'll
your
try
bow.
it now in a minute.
Knock an arrow and draw back the string by holding down the attack button. Make sure you draw all the way back, or your shot will not have full power. Take aim, and when you are ready to shoot, release your attack. See if you can hit one of these targets. Good shot. Keep practicing if you wish. When you are ready to proceed, approach the training dummy and ready your sword.
I want my arrows back. That's another cool thing about this game. If you knock them into wood, generally you'll be able to pick back up your arrows. So waste not, want not, and all that. Right. So I'm going to skip that for a sec. I'm going to climb up on this tree. And then I'm going to climb up on this balcony. So there we go. We're on the balcony. Because in Thief, another great design thing that they've put into the game, which they don't put in a lot of games, and I think they should put it on in more games, is that Garret can grab on to a ledge and pull himself up. It's just something that you don't often see in first-person shooters, but I think it's a great gameplay mechanic, and it definitely makes traversal a lot easier in open-ended levels like the levels
Swing
in
at the
Thief.
target with the attack button. A quick tap will give you a slash. Move the tip of your sword to the left of the target for a left slash, and to the right of the target for a right slash. Hold the attack button down, then release for an overhead swing. Try both slashes and the overhead swing on the practice dummy. Good job. You're ready for a live opponent. To practice against your partner, enter the coupled sparring area.
Now, the Easter egg in this is behind this door. Now, I can get a key off that guard, I think off the table, and open this, but I can also knock down wooden doors with the sword, just like that. And obviously in the game it makes loads of noise, like horrendous amounts of noise. But in the other versions of this that aren't expert, you can't actually get into this area. Only expert are you allowed to get into this. Yes, you've seen it. Basketball court in Thief, the Dark Project. I think it's the weirdest thing ever. It's very funny and cool that they've put it in, but it's so strange. And of course, as a basketball, I'm going to try score a point. But like, it's so random that they put this into the game. And the basketball, like, it's the physics aren't amazing, but like, it's not the worst physics I've ever seen of a basketball, especially for a game from 98. Like, it's very hard to score. Let's see if I can score, I don't know, a 3-pointer. Little closer. So silly, like. Don't know if you get anything if you score. Let's do it the cheap way. I failed that as well. But there you go. What a strange Easter egg to have in a game such as this. And it kind of continues on through Looking Glass Studios type of games. So in System Shock 2, which is an irrational games game, but it does use the Drawmed engine, the engine for Thief, and a bid roll. Oh, quotes from the Dark team during the development of Thief the Dark project. Chris, I don't feel like a nut. Earlier I had no choice. Mac, I think. I should do work. Somebody bring me my computer. Tom, you know you're lucky I'm not wearing a G-string. Chris, yeah, well it's better to suck half as much. Greg, than to never have sucked at all. Mac, woohoo. I'm the bug fairy. Tim, you're half right. Darian to Mac. Where are you going with that pumpkin, son? Mac, yeah, I just saved cows. Doug, that's Doug Church. I think he had a lot to do with the lore and stuff. Just think around November 5th it'll be tragically funny and suicidally grim no matter what. Doncha, be quoting me. Don't you be quoting me, a scurvy landlubber. Arg. Randy, pirates don't say quotes. Randy, I could use some paprika. Chris, paprika the happy spice. I want to take damage and possibly even shout when I take damage. That can be arranged. You know I'm wearing tights right now. So yeah, there's just some quotes there from all the people who worked on the game. Is that a Ken Levine? A Ken Levine quote, possibly. Ken, endearingly, Darian, you're my fruit of the day. Because, of course, Ken Levine had something to do with Thief the Dark project early on in its development. So how do I drop items? Awesome. So there you go, that's a kind of strange Easter egg, but nonetheless, it's in the game. A basketball court, and you can only access it via the expert mode. So I don't really have to spar this guy, you can just step out.
When you are done, leave the sparring area. That's
all right.
Sparring for today.
So that's the key you would use.
Would you care for some refreshment before we
to open that door?
Garret? Please pick up all of the items on this table. Cycle through your inventory to see the objects you have in your pockets. Once an object is displayed, you may use it. Have something to eat if you wish. Then you may proceed. The next test is waiting on the other side of the metal door. Good. Now head down this hallway to get to your next test. Now you will learn new movement skills. First, climb the rope by jumping onto it.
I will. But I'm going to search around first. Dead end. No doubt another dead end down there. I do love the map building in Thief. I think it's just really cool.
To climb up or down the rope. Turn to change your facing. If you jump again, you will release the rope. Now climb the rope to get to the top of the platform. Well done. Run and jump across the gap to the other side of the stream. Good jump.
Good job. Well
this
done.
obstacle is easy to climb if you know how. First, move close to the wall. Next, jump to grab the edge of the wall and pull yourself up. Good job. I am most pleased with your progress. You have passed the last test for today. If you wish, you may stay to practice your climbing and jumping, or swimming, ducking, leaning, or crawling. When you are finished, you may return to your chambers by going through that red door. Farewell.
Now, there is some gold at the end of this hallway, so it's on my onus to run down this hallway to get the gold. Some extra gold.
The keepers were training me to be one of them, but I
There we
found other uses for those skills.
So there we are. Keeper's training passed. I think it was worth doing just to get the story out there. I know it's a short little mission, but definitely worth playing, I think. So, as you can see, Garret has become part of the Keepers, but he is also going to use his training for thievery, basically, because Garret is a bit of an anti-hero, as we'll learn throughout this playthrough. So thanks very much for watching. These videos are a little more long form. If you do enjoy them, let me know. I'm just going to be playing through Thief Gold because I love the game, and I've had the game since I've been a kid, but I've never finished any of the Thief games as much as I love them, and I've played them all my life, but they are very, very hard games, so that's why I never finished them. But I'm going to try to finish them, and hopefully you can come along for the journey. There'll be a little more long form, very little to no editing, and if you do enjoy it, let me know. Thank you very much. I'm Jack, you're watching Hit the Snake. Goodbye.
Hit the snake. Videos for no one watches now. Hit the snake. Looking at lovely things we have.